Hi, I'm Starlight of Starlight Cosplay here again, and I came back from Momocon. It's been almost a couple weeks ago, and just kind of want to do a review of it now that everybody's gotten home and kind of settled. And I got some notes here to kind of keep myself on track and not to ramble too much. But yeah, I had a pretty good time. I went to a lot of panels. I cosplayed, and everything ran really well. So I'll just kind of go over what I liked about it and maybe some of the things that I didn't like about it. But there are definitely more pros than cons, so I will have to say that. I love going to panels and learning things, and so I always go to cosplay panels. It's really nice to be able to go to a panel and have someone who knows what they're talking about, who've done it for a long time, who maybe do it for business, and they're sharing their knowledge with you. On the pattern making, God Save the Queen Fashions did this one, and she took some fabric, she draped it over a dress form, and she showed us how you can make your own pattern by draping the fabric over it. I've read about draping in sewing magazines, but I never really got it, so being able to watch someone do that, which you could probably go on YouTube and do that, but I just never took the time to do that, so it was nice to see her do that, and now I'm like, I understand. Maybe next time I can do that once I get my own dress form. On the leather one, that one was also really neat because she had tons of samples of her work and she passed them around, so it was nice to be able to just hold it in your hand and see, and she could say, I use this tool on this piece, and I use this tool on this piece, and I use this technique on this, and this is this kind of leather, and this is this kind of leather. And so it's just nice to be able to hold it in your hand and see it with your own eyes, because there's only so much that you can glean from pictures on the internet. I went to a sculpting one, which was also by the same person, and same thing, she passed around different tools that she used, different things that she had worked on. The ABS Warble one was really informative. The first time I made armor did not go so well. Like, it looked okay, it just wasn't holding together. Like, it kept falling apart and the glue was not holding. So I've been going to every panel I can, trying to glean as much information I can for the next time I have that kind of project. Went to a couple of makeup panels. It was more advanced techniques and special effects like body paint. I want to do Garnet from Steven Universe, so I've been trying to get as much information on body paint as I can, because I bought that cheap stuff from the Halloween store and tried to do it for Halloween. I just wanted to do Marceline from Adventure Time, and I tried to put that stuff on, and like, I could not get it to go smooth. I tried putting it on with my fingers, I tried using a sponge, I tried mixing it with primer, with lotion, and I could not get it to go on smooth. And I was like, well, I'm just going to throw this away. So I wanted to be more informed before I wasted more money. There were a couple of YouTuber panels. One was on gaming and one was on making cosplay music videos. And they were both really informative and really awesome. Like, the guys there really knew what they were talking about, and they had really successful channels. So it was interesting to hear what they had to say. But I didn't stay for the whole one because it wasn't really geared to what I was interested in. And one of the things I liked about the panels is that they didn't have any technical difficulties. No one was late. Everyone was on time. They were very polite. They took questions. They never made you feel stupid for asking a question or anything like that. They all had like nice setups, like they had microphones if that's what they needed, projectors, screens, that sort of thing. So they had, you know, what they needed to do a successful panel. I went to 2 Love Life panels. Those were really fun. One, the girl taught us how to do 2 of the dances from the Love Life anime, and the other one, they were playing games, and you can tell they put a lot of effort into it. So the panels were just very high quality, I thought. I went to 3 of the photo shoots that were on the official schedule, and they were run pretty well, and you know, they were just very well organized. They, you know, said, okay, we're doing pictures of these characters now, okay, you know, did a countdown of pictures and then moved on to somebody else. So everything went pretty well with that. I kind of wish we had somewhere to go inside to take pictures, just because it's really hot. It's basically summer, and it's just really hot to be standing out in the sun. Also, if you have sensitive skin, standing out in the sun, you know, you might get a little bit of sunburn. And also the harsh glare of full-on sunlight does not make the best of pictures usually. So okay, that's pretty much it for the panels that I went to. There's some others, but we don't have to go into every little detail. Now is for the pros and cons, and like I said, there are more pros than cons, so that's always a good thing. I feel like Momocon is a very well run convention, and I always have fun there. So the Georgia World Congress Center, I think, is a very good location. It's a good size, and there is room to grow into it as the convention grows, so that's a good thing. And I like, you know, everything is pretty well together, and it's not that hard to get from one area to another. I like that it's close to the CNN Center. There's a food court right across the road, so that's nice. Apparently there's a way to get there underground, so if it's raining you don't have to worry about getting wet. Same thing with getting to the Omni. The only thing is, if you want to cut through the courtyard to get to the Omni, that is where the smoking area is, and I kind of wish there was a place for the smokers and vapors to be that's a little bit further away, because like as soon as you walk out of the doors into the courtyard, you know, you're right in the middle of it. And I cannot stand the smell of cigarettes. And since Momocon is a family-friendly convention, there are also kids walking around. I really judge people who smoke around kids, and that's just not a cool thing to do. So back to food. There are lots of food options. I like that they have the food trucks everywhere. They have booths inside the convention center that sell like snacks and stuff. I liked that when I got there on Thursday, I went to get my badge, and I did not have to wait in line. That is such great. My favorite, one of my favorite conventions is Anime Weekend Atlanta, and I always have to wait in line for 2+ hours. It doesn't matter if I pre-reg or do a group or whatever. It doesn't matter. I have to wait in line forever. I hate it, so I love that Momocon I don't have to wait in line. You do have to show your registration either on your phone or print it out, and I remembered to print it out this time, and I had it with me. That's been a problem with me before. Like, I'd save it on my phone and be like, I'm good, and then I couldn't find it. And so then I had to get in a different line, and I had to look it up. So that's the only thing that bugs me about that, is because I can't just show my driver's license like you can at most other conventions. So the hotel staff and the con staff were always very polite, and the hotel staff was very, at the Omni that is, was always very helpful. They held my bags a couple times, because when I got there, the girl who I was rooming with wasn't there to check in yet, so I had them hold my stuff while I went wandering around the convention. And then when I checked out on Sunday, or rather I just took my stuff out of the room so she could check out, because we weren't leaving for a while, so I had them hold my stuff again. So one thing I really loved is that in the convention center they had free Wi-Fi. That was amazing. You could just sit somewhere, which there was plenty of seating. I never had trouble finding like an actual chair or couch or something to sit on. So if I just wanted to sit down and rest my feet because I was wearing heels and my feet were hurting, then I could sit down and play Love Live or check Facebook or whatever and not worry about using my data. The only bad thing was that they did not have the Wi-Fi in the panel rooms, even on the main floor. Like, you walk a few steps in that panel room and you lose a signal. Or if you went downstairs, like if you were in the gaming room, no Wi-Fi for you. So, but having it at all is huge, huge plus. Oh, I really like that they added a ton of autograph times. I ended up not trying to go to meet anybody because I've just had, the only one I was interested in really was Steve Bloom, and he's been at Momocon the last few years, but every time I try to meet him at this convention or any other convention, I never can. Like, I just barely missed the window to get in line, and I just never can do it. So I didn't really try but one time, and I didn't make it. I missed it because I misread the time that it was starting. Also, there was some kind of ticket system that like guaranteed your place in line that I did not know about. I noticed that they added more arcade games in the gaming hall. Games that were popular last year, they had more of them. And I also like how the gaming is all in one area. You don't have to go to different rooms and different levels to get to different gaming. You get arcades, and then RPG, and then board games, and then console gaming. It's all in one big huge area. So that's pretty cool. What I didn't like, last year they had the gaming and the dealer's room like back to back, and there's just a wall between them, and you can go behind or in front of the wall to get to one or the other. This time they put them at opposite ends of the big space in the bottom of the convention center, and they had like a big stage area in between, so you had this big space to walk to get between the other two. So more walking, which nerds probably need more because they're probably spending too much time inside anyway. It's fine. Apparently the aquarium was not a good value this year. I went last year, but I didn't have very many people I knew went last year, so I opted not to go this year. But I had friends that did go this year, and they did Bioshock, and they were told to put their weapons away, even though they were told beforehand that they could have them. And it also was not closed to the public, which it was last year, I'm pretty sure, but it wasn't this year, so there was too many people and they were not able to get good pictures, so they felt like it was kind of a waste of their time. The app was also really good. I like how conventions have apps now, and you can add stuff to your schedule that you're interested in and set it to send you reminders, and it had, you know, it told you which panels different guests were going to be at. It told you if there was going to be a fee. The only thing I didn't like about the app, if you had the app and there were changes, they would notify you. You get a little notice on your phone, but if you clicked on the notice, it would take you into the app, but instead of taking you to the notice, it just took you to the main page. So if you just glanced at the notice and were like, oh, I'm just going to click on this notice and read the full thing in the app, you missed it. It's gone. There was no place for notices. So that was my only thing with that. Also, there was one panel I was going to. I had gotten a notice that it had changed when it was, but it still showed on the schedule on the app at the same time. So I and some other people went there and we were like, there's no panel. It's not on the schedule board outside either. I guess there's no panel. But, you know, if you're going to make changes like that, it needs to show on the app too. I think that was just an oversight because I know there were other things that changed on the schedule that did show on the app. So I'm not sure why that one didn't. But I guess it just slipped under the radar. But that pretty much covers it. So the cosplays that I did this weekend, I did on Friday I was Briar Rose from Sleeping Beauty, and that is the first time I've ever cosplayed from Disney. She is my favorite Disney princess, and then later I changed into Lucy from Fairy Tale. And on Saturday I was Sailor Neptune. So if you took any pictures of me, please let me know and send them to me, because I only found like 2 pictures of my Briar Rose and none of any of the others. No, none. Not even from the photo shoots. Like, I haven't seen any pictures from the photo shoots. I went to the official photo shoots and I have not seen any pictures, so that really sucks because I didn't get any pictures of myself, sadly. So that does it for my review of Momocon. I hope you liked that, as rambling as it was. It's kind of, you know, just my experience there, and but it's a really fun convention, and so I hope that if you haven't been, that you consider going to it. It's held in Atlanta in Memorial Day weekend. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos from me, please subscribe down below. And I'll put a link in the description to my cosplay page. See you next time. Bye.